The Death Stranding is a phenomenon involving dead spirits that cling and tether to the living world rather than gently passing on to the afterlife. This phenomenon was set in motion by mass extinctions, some of which occurred naturally over a period of Earth's history, and others that were recently manufactured by terrorism. The beaches are metaphors for the worlds that exist connected to the living world, where the spirits lie in limbo and memories of their past lives fester. Everyone who dies goes to a beach. Some beaches feature happy memories, and some feature excruciating pain. The hero of the story is Sam. He is a porter, an expert delivery man that acts as a conduit between supplier and those in need in the post-apocalyptic America. Already known as a legend, he is a former member of Bridges, but he abandoned them some 10 years prior. He harbors deep resentment and personal loathing, and wants nothing to do with rebuilding America or joining Bridges. That is, until his mother, Bridget Strand, dies of a terminal illness. To help replace Bridget, the plan is to use Amelie, her daughter and Sam's older sister. Amelie's Ha, her physical body, remain in the real world, but her Ka, her spirit, have remained on the beach, meaning that she has not aged a day in decades. She and Sam have a close bond. Amelie has a Kipu and Sam a dream catcher. These objects bind them and keep them close in each other's dreams. Sam has memories of growing up with Amelie, but only of those on the beach. Amelie is stranded out west in Edge Knot City, and she has been abducted by a terrorist named Higgs. Reluctantly, Sam rejoins Bridges, and he becomes Sam Porter Bridges. His journey is to trek across America to reconnect communities to the chiral network, to increase the strand bond to bring America back into the fold. Sam is also a repatriate. He is able to revive himself continuously without transferring over into the world of the dead. He suffers from dooms, a chiral allergy that causes sudden uncontrollable crying and rash symptoms. As a result, he has a high level of connectivity to the beach and can sense entities known as BTs, or beach things. BTs trigger void outs by eating dead people. Dooms gives extraordinary powers and sensory abilities, but Dooms also has severe drawbacks. All Doom sufferers experience extremely distressing nightmares of a singularity apocalyptic theme, and Sam has recurring visions throughout the story, most of which are transmitted to him via his BB, or bridge baby, which is an artificial baby that serves as a strand to the beach. They are born from still mothers, mothers who gave birth and then died, being stranded on beaches. With his BB, he can sense BT at a higher rate and can even see them when up close. Sam has recurring visions of a mysterious man that appears to be the father of the BB. After setting out on his journey, Sam links up with a mysterious woman named Fragile. Fragile is the founder of a delivery service that operates independently of Bridges. She has a checkered past and a reputation of both being a hero and a villain. She also maintains a high level of Doom syndrome and can manipulate the fabric of time and space to teleport across America, even to teleport to different beaches. Doom sufferers become afflicted by increased connectivity with EE, or extinction entities. She gets her dooms from Higgs. Higgs is the leader of the Homo Demons, a terror cell separatist group that controls Edge Knot City and engineers void outs. His goal is to bring about the end of the world as we know it, using one final mass extinction. He kidnaps Amelie to this end, and sets in motion other terroristic endeavors, such as sending a nuke to South Knot City. Higgs was once partnered with Fragile, but eventually he betrayed her and made her bring a nuke in to destroy Middle Knot City. She found out before it was too late. She saved South Knot City by taking the nuke with her on a naked journey. Sam is determined to clear her name and restore her reputation. She asks Sam to defeat Higgs and give her a chance to interrogate him to find out why he betrayed her. On his journey to stop Higgs, Sam encounters Mama. She is a member of Bridges, as well as a brilliant scientist who specializes in applied physics. She serves as the chief engineer for Bridges. She is confined to a lab due to the fact that she is the mother of a BT that is linking her to the other side. She gave birth in a hospital that was hit by a void out, and she was pinned under the rubble. She gave birth, but her baby was already dead, sacrificing itself for her. She gives Sam an assignment to link up with Mountain Knot City. Chiral levels are rising due to the increased connections within the network, and Sam has to prevent another Death Stranding. Sam meets with Lochna, a woman that closely resembles Mama. It turns out that she is Mama's twin sister and also a brilliant scientist. She left Bridges long ago and, like Sam, initially wants nothing to do with the program. Sam enlists Mama's help to bring Lochna back on board. Mama allows Sam to sever the tether to her BB, revealing that she was the surrogate mother to Lochna's child, as Lochna was not able to give birth due to bad ovaries. Lochna's husband was killed in a void out, and after losing both her husband and her child, she disappeared, harboring resentment even toward Mama. Sam delivers Mama to Lochna, but Mama dies in her arms as she has been disconnected from the other side. Because of the close bond restored between Lochna and Mama, Mama's consciousness is now restored within Lochna. Sam takes her body to Hartman for analysis. Hartman discovers that Mama's body does not necrotize or decompose. Mama's Ha and Ka remain connected through the umbilical cord attached to the BT. Hartman reveals that he lost his family under similar circumstances to Sam, and as a result he dies every 21 minutes to search for his family back on a beach where he last saw them, for 3 minutes each. Hartman reveals that even ancient species have umbilical cords connected to the other side that have preserved their fossils for millions of years. Death Strandings have occurred 5 times throughout Earth's history. The organisms with strands are the EE, or extinction entities. Bridget/Amelie are now theorized to be the human EE that will set about the final mass extinction. Deadman reveals that Bridge babies were created as an experiment by Bridges, led by Bridget Strand, in order to gain more insight to solve the mystery of the Death Stranding. Bridget and Die Hardman wanted to use BBs to travel to the beach, but the tech failed and it fell into terrorist hands. Sam's BB becomes damaged and begins to malfunction. Sam's BB starts to lean towards the world of the living and grows a deep attachment to Sam. It is Deadman who reminds Sam that BBs are technology, not humans, and that Sam's BB is becoming self-aware, forming actual memories and becoming a real child. But, at least in theory, it cannot fulfill a purpose outside the pod. Deadman uncovers the truth about Sam's past. Sam was married to a woman who was pregnant and died in a void out. Sam tried and failed to save her, and was the only survivor in the blast. His identity was kept hidden, but he blamed himself for her death, and ultimately ran away from his life at Bridges. The unborn child was to be named Lou, the same name that Sam affectionately gives to call his BB. At the same time, Deadman reveals that 70% of his own body is a cadaver, and that he is manufactured just as the BBs are. He has longed for a real human connection, and Sam is the closest that he has to a real friend. At the same time, Deadman and BB are whisked away to another dimension along with Sam. Sam encounters the mysterious man in an alternate dimension of battle zones and rescues Deadman and BB. The man hunts Sam down looking for BB. Sam defeats the man and retrieves his dog tag, revealing his name to be Clifford Unger, a former U.S. soldier. Sometime later, as Sam completes the chiral network by finally linking Edge Knot City to the rest of the mainframe, Amelie's location is also revealed to Higgs, who gets to her first. Higgs reveals his plan to use Amelie as the EE. Amelie confesses to Sam that she is in fact an EE, and pleads with Sam to prevent the final Death Stranding and to stop Higgs. After Sam defeats Higgs in battle, Higgs is interrogated by Fragile and reveals a secret about Amelie. At the same time, Amelie reveals that she also has the power to teleport, and Sam instead leaves with her to a beach. There, he is shocked and confused to see a vision of Bridget, Die Hardman, and Clifford on the beach. Die Hardman and Bridget are held at gunpoint by Clifford. Fragile reveals to Sam what Higgs told her. Higgs was not in control of Cliff or Amelie, as previously thought. It is in fact true that Higgs was seduced by Amelie and brought under her control to induce the Death Stranding. Amelie was the mastermind behind it all. Higgs was spared by Fragile, but given an ultimatum to either kill himself or live forever in isolation. He commits suicide on the beach. Die Hardman is revealed to be John, a former soldier that served under Clifford. Clifford saved him many times in the war, giving him the name Die Hard. Die Hardman was working alongside Bridget Strand in the BB experiments, and he utilized Clifford's newborn child as the first BB experiment. Clifford is determined to get his BB back. One final time, Sam confronts Clifford in an alternate dimension in the jungles of war. He defeats Cliff, but allows Cliff a chance to see BB. Cliff hums a tune and BB reacts with joy. Clifford tells Sam that he is Sam Bridges, both his and the world's bridge to the future. Cliff allows Sam to keep BB in his possession, and Sam disappears back to the real world. Sam decides to confront Amelie on her beach. Sam's dreamcatcher is the invitation to Amelie's beach, and the only way that he can get there. he is also the only one that can go there. Amelie tells the truth. She is not a real person and never really existed, at least not in the real world. She is the Ka of Bridget Strand, and she has been trapped on the beach all along. Her name is Amelie. Soul is a lie is the meaning of her name. Sam was destined to stop Amelie from the time that he was a boy. She was told by Amelie herself that she will be waiting on the beach. Amelie has formed a seam within her beach, and the soul of every person on Earth is also connected to it. Sam has to stop her from bringing about the final Death Stranding. He can either kill her, or he can remain there with her until the end. Instead, Sam hugs her and embraces her, and she decides that she will stay on the beach forever, remaining trapped there until the next extinction comes about inevitably. But she also says that maybe extinctions can give rise to a new hope, an opportunity for species to endure and survive. Amelie gives Sam Die Hardman's gun and tells him that there is a use for it in the real world. Deadman is able to resurrect Sam via Die Hardman's gun and Bridget's umbilical cord. They are able to transfer him back to the real world, where Die Hardman becomes the next president of the UCA and reveals to Sam that he was the one who killed Clifford and that his wife was Lisa Bridges. Die Hardman breaks down in tears in front of Sam and tells him that he is not worthy of being spared by Clifford. He hypothesizes that Clifford kept him alive in order for him to lead the new UCA and to do right by America. Sam tells him that old habits need to die hard and that no one wants a president to lead behind a mask. He hands Die Hardman his own gun that Bridget gave and tells him what she said about the use of the gun. It's implied that Die Hardman should kill himself, but there is no evidence to support that, as the inauguration takes place anyway, a few weeks later. Immediately after Sam's BB is dying, he is told to take the BB to an incinerator to prevent the possibility of necrosis and hence another void out. He hugs Deadman and heads out. Sam disconnects from the chiral network as a courtesy from Deadman, who tells him that it might be possible to take the BB out of the pod. When Sam makes it to the incinerator, places BB and the cuffs down on the table, but at the very last second, he takes BB and removes him from the pod. At this moment, BB gives Sam one final vision of the past. It is revealed that Lisa Bridges was being kept as the still mother for BB. Clifford kills his comatose wife and tries to escape with BB. Die Hardman tries to engineer Clifford's escape, but the President Strand pulls the trigger, killing both Clifford and BB. However, it is revealed that Sam is in fact the son of Clifford, and his name is Sam Bridges. He is the original BB. Amelie finds Sam on the beach as a dead baby, and heals him and throws him back into the ocean, where he becomes a repatriate, born as Norman fetus. Bridget raises Sam as her own, takes him out of the pod, and he lives as a baby boy. Sam throws his cufflinks into the incinerator as Lou wakes up, and the final scene shows Sam and his daughter, Louise. Alright, so I think I did a pretty good narration. The video was a little bit longer than the recording. I wanted to try to condense everything into the most essential elements. I just want to say I think it's a really good game. It's very frustrating at times. It's not perfect. I think that Kojima has made better games. I think he's made better stories, but there's an emotionally driven story here, which is the same with Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, a lot of those games. I think one thing that he did pull off, the visuals are amazing. The world design is amazing. It's definitely one of the best games ever made. But I don't think it's, the greatest game of all time or anything. I think it has flaws, a lot of flaws. What I think in the future people will be looking at is the cast. What they're doing now with video game actors and motion capture, you're having real actors and real stars come into the video game. And one of my favorites is Troy Baker. He's a voice actor, but now he puts his face and his likeness into the game, and it just makes it more interesting that way. You feel a stronger connection, like, oh, I'm fighting Troy, or oh, I'm fighting Mads Mikkelsen. So, I think this is probably the greatest video game cast, blah blah blah, the greatest video game cast ever assembled, pretty much hands down. And it is an emotional story, and that's what I think most people are in it for. So, I think it's a great game overall. There is a little bit of padding on the runtime. There's possibly a lot of plot holes, but I think if you stick with it to the end, then it's all about the emotions. If there are no emotions, then it wouldn't be much of a game at all.